I ended a wanted pregnancy at 16 weeks, and today I want to talk a little bit about like where I'm at in my grief journey. So yesterday, I still see a therapist weekly, and yesterday I went in, and the only way I could describe how I was feeling was that my soul felt fatigued. And I don't mean that in a sort of somatic, like physical sense. I mean, it felt like something bigger than myself was so fatigued and so tired, and I couldn't pinpoint why that was. I mean, I really spent a lot of time thinking about how and why I might feel this way. So we're chatting, and she asks me like how I'm making space for my 1 year anniversary. At the end of December is the termination date, but in about a week and a half from now, it'll be 1 year since like I got sort of like the NIPT results and different things like that to kind of give us a clue in that I was not carrying a healthy pregnancy. And suddenly, like, the angel sang, and I had an understanding of my own grief. I do believe that trauma can embed itself into our like DNA or at a cellular level. And I think that kind of speaks to how I was feeling. You know, my subconscious knew something before my own conscious mind did. It was kind of preparing for, a year. And some of the things that I did last year while going through all of that, I'm going to do again. I live in a warm place, and I'm going to go to a cold place for Thanksgiving and wear a lot of the same clothes that I wore last year. And there's a lot of things that are going to be similar, but are totally different. And I think part of also the grieving process is looking back on who I was, grieving, of course, like a healthy child that I should have right now, and celebrating my first Christmas with him. There's a lot of grief. And so it's not that I don't cry anymore, but, episodes of like great grief has become less and less. And, I don't know, kind of reflecting on the fact that it's going to be a year, and, how much my life has changed, and how painful all of this was and still is. I kind of listened to the music that I listened to in the thick of it, and cried and cried and cried. And so all of this to say, sort of like, grief is not linear. Grief is fluid. Grief stays with us. Sometimes she's louder, and some days she's quieter, and with time may come meaning and different things, but it doesn't take away great sadness, great loss. And so I guess if you or also TFMR had some traumatic event happen, and honor your grief. It's common to want to push through it and think that it'll never happen again, or you put it in a sweet little box and tie it in a bow, and rarely ever open it. But for me, my grief didn't work that way, and it doesn't work that way. And yeah.